Got it. Okay, let's catch back up.
Okay.
We have 2.5 minutes.
2.5 minutes.
B13. We are in camera 2. We're in camera 2. Went over 2. Ready, babe?
Oh, wait, hold on.
That's
okay.
the Franklin Street forecast stinger. We're gonna do it one
Gotcha.
time.
Stinger.
Roll stinger. Take it full.
Rolling.
Boom. Beautiful. Okay. Ready, 3. Take 3. Good.
Now go
Ready,
throw
1.
that
Take
lower
1.
up. Hold on. Give me a second to throw the lower up.
Ready, 1.
Yep.
Take 1. And then we are going to
Dr.
go.
Can I print off of your computer 2 more?
Yeah, you can print off the at the podium, computer.
Okay. Yeah.
Beta with the package.
From 3 to 1, enter the package. Package on beta. Roll it. Take it full. Ready, 1. Take 1. Ready, alpha. Take alpha.
Taking.
We're going to wipe to beta. Yeah, coming up, and then we'll just dissolve to it.
Okay.
You need CG up or what?
You need CG queued off, so you'll queue it on the T. So coming out, we have a minute to live. Coming out, where it says coming up, so you're on B17. When you have that tag, you're on 1, so go to 1.
That breaks on alpha. Okay.
You will then queue that there. Yeah, perfect. If you queue CG there, and then have it queued on M2 dead, roll the stinger for me.
I got it. What, you talking about the sports reopen or the other stinger?
Instead of M2, it's got to be CG cat. So whenever you get back to
Okay.
1 out of that package, which you'll have all the time in the world to do, you'll queue CG hot, right?
CG's hot right now.
You'll queue it.
Cue it so it'll be hot. Okay.
Yeah. And then you will take 1. Okay, you're in 1.
I'm
You're
in
going to
1.
roll beta, take it full.
Oh, wait, what?
The stinger.
What? Oh, the stinger again? Back up here? Okay. Got it. So it's on alpha.
You're good.
Do you need it on beta?
No, you're right. And then you'll come out to the video. So you'll roll the video on
Rolling.
beta with CG hot. So you'll click through it. You don't have any CG for the T?
I do.
There you
I have it
go.
there.
So you'll just double it up. And that way CG will stay, right? 15 seconds to live. Here we go.
Hold on, 15 seconds. Give me a sec.
You're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
Everybody ready? Let's close the doors. Close the doors.
We're just printing
Hold on 1 second.
pronouns real quick.
I need to be an album here.
Okay, hold on 1 second on the screen. John.
Yes.
Okay,
Alright.
Hold on,
this is
Johnny.
for
Hold on
Johnny.
the screen.
Yeah, I already started YouTube.
Okay.
Let
Well,
me
that's
know when
fine.
to start Facebook.
Okay, we're recording. Come on.
Nice. Everybody ready?
Ready? Tell me when you're ready.
Okay.
Let me know when I can on
You got
Facebook.
this, dude.
Okay. Here we go. We're ready to do this. Let's do it nice. Start Facebook.
And we are live on Facebook. and
Roll
YouTube.
alpha audio up.
Coming up, Brett Kavanaugh is now on the Supreme Court. But what does this mean for North Carolinians?
Well, I think all these amendments are trying to trick voters.
And we hear a lot about political candidates, but there are also some big amendments on North Carolina's ballot, and a few of them are very
Can you
controversial.
guys hear me? And you can hear the
Hurricane
audio
Michael
from
just
here?
made landfall.
Good.
Coming
I'll
up,
leave
I'll
this
tell you
up,
how
okay?
Hurricane Michael might impact the triangle. From the UNC School of Media and Journalism, connecting Carolina's campus and community.
Got 15.
This is Carolina Week.
Okay, camera 2. Dissolve the 2. Dissolve the 2.
Good afternoon, I'm Emily Wakeman.
And I'm Madison Horsey. Let's get right to our top story.
Kill it with the
The
button.
battle over Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation to the United States
Ready,
Supreme
Alpha?
Court is finally over.
Roll Alpha.
Kavanaugh was sworn
Take it
into
full.
office on Saturday by a narrow 50-48 vote, making him the 114th Supreme Court
Ready,
justice. The nomination process deepened the divide between the already polarized House and Senate. Democrat Cory Booker and said Americans shouldn't lose hope in spite of the decision. Republican Senator Susan Collins surprised many by voting for Kavanaugh. She said she believes UNC alumna Dr. Christine Blasey Ford was sexually assaulted, just not by Kavanaugh. President Trump said he's very proud of the U.S. Senate for advancing Kavanaugh's nomination. We asked UNC students for their thoughts.
Roll beta. Wipe to it. Audio up. Good. Ready,
I think there was
alpha.
no, I kind of knew he was going to get confirmed. I think the thing that was most hitting was seeing that Senator Collins voted to confirm him, and also just the speech she gave. It was really disheartening to see that, like, another woman could feel that way and disregard everything that Dr. Ford had said.
Roll alpha. Wipe to it.
I mean, just given his
Ready
like
to.
demeanor and the way he spoke at the hearings seemed a little bit unstable to me. Like regardless of political opinion, he didn't seem like a appropriate judge.
Take 2.
Kavanaugh is the second judge nominated by President Trump to the Supreme Court. Justice Neil Gorsuch was confirmed last year.
Some say the confirmation of Kavanaugh could have serious implications for future landmark decisions the Supreme Court
Roll
makes.
Beto, take a fold.
So I
Camera
think
two,
it's
center up a little
easy to perhaps overgeneralize. I think it's very likely we're
Grade
going
one.
to see 5 more decisions. I think it's very likely we're going to see conservative decisions. But I do think that there, with the court, usually there's always an element of surprise, sometimes from both sides.
15.
Take one.
This week will be Kavanaugh's
Ready,
first
three,
week on
cue
the
the
bench.
OTS. Take
Dr. Christine Blasey Ford has just been
Ready, one
nominated
out of this.
for the UNC Distinguished Alumna Award. Ford graduated from Carolina in 1988 with a degree in psychology. The award is intended for alumni who have made an outstanding contribution to humanity. The winners will be announced at University Day later this month.
Ready, one. Take one.
With a very
Recall
close
five.
number of Republicans and Democrats in Congress,
double box
a
ready?
few seats either way could tip the balance. That's why both parties have been urging their supporters to vote in the midterm elections.
Take the double.
Reporter Mariam Mohammed joins
Go ahead
us
and
live
cue it
from
away.
the student union where many students have already registered to vote.
Roll it, take
Mariam?
it. Roll it, take it. Ready, live. Cue it
That's
away.
right.
Take it.
That's right, Madison. For the past couple of weeks, volunteers have targeted this campus to try to get students to register and vote, as this is a demographic that typically doesn't vote in midterm elections, but it could be huge if they do. What's interesting is that 83 million millennials registered to vote in the 2016 elections, but only 24 million actually made it to the polls. This is obviously a huge loss, most likely for the Democratic Party, as younger voters tend to lean more Democratic. If you aren't already registered to vote, you still have time. The deadline is this Friday, and the elections are Tuesday, November 6th. In the Union, Mariam Mohammed, Carolina Week.
Take three.
6 North Carolina constitutional amendments will be on your ballot when you head to the polls next month. Let's take a look at them. First up, the right to hunt and fish and harvest wildlife. This amendment protects an existing right to hunt and fish.
I think she
Next up, an amendment to strengthen the protection for victims of crime. This will expand victims' rights to things like receiving notice of court proceedings and information about the conviction. Next, an amendment to reduce the maximum income tax from 10% to 7%. This can be misleading because it won't actually change the current tax rate, which is below 5%. The next amendment requires a photo ID to vote in person. Legislators haven't specified what kind of ID voters will need. Some critics worry that it will disenfranchise over 300,000 eligible NC voters that do not have a photo ID. The last 2 amendments will shift the power away from the governor, with an amendment on the selection of judicial vacancies. This would remove the governor's power to appoint judicial vacancies between elections and give this power to the legislators. The last amendment will be to cut the number of State Board of Ethics members from 9 to 8. This amendment would also transfer appointment power from the governor to NC legislators.
Roll alpha. Take
And
it.
some of these amendments are very
Ready,
controversial. Last month, Governor Roy Cooper and the NAACP asked the state Supreme Court to throw out 4 of the amendments, but the court allowed them to stay on the ballot. Republicans who have a majority in the legislature got the votes necessary to get all 6 amendments on the ballot. This will be the first time in 4 years that North Carolinians have voted on constitutional amendments. Some Democratic legislators argue that the amendments are
Roll
misleading.
Beta. Wipe to it. Ready, 3.
They're deceptive, they're misleading, we don't know what the details will be. Because we're scheduled to go back into session 2 weeks after the election to fill in this blank contract that they're asking voters to give them. That's not the way to do it.
5.
Take 3.
The NC legislature reconvenes in late November if any of the amendments pass.
Take 1.
Chancellor of Student Affairs Winston Crisp announced he'll be retiring after more than 26 years of working
Roll
at
alpha.
UNC.
Take it full.
A big personality and figure on campus, Crisp has been in the role since 2010. He served on the Chancellor's Task Force on University History and recently created another task force focusing on mental health care. Crisp recently came under fire for texts about Silent Sam when his chief of staff texted him about a protest happening around the Confederate monument and asked if he thought it would be pulled down. Crisp responded with, quote, "One can only hope." And later, what a mess. After the news of his retirement broke, Crisp took to Twitter to thank people for the well wishes. He will officially retire at the end of the month.
Take 3.
Sam's fate
Ready, Beta?
remains unknown, but many joined a forum on
Roll
Mondays
Beta.
with lesser opinions.
Cut that down.
Carolina's Public
Ready, Alpha.
Humanities hosted the Public Spaces and Collective Memories Forum. Organizers hope to start the conversation about the link between public spaces representing historical memories and cultural values. Silent Sam and the statue's future on campus was a widely discussed topic. One of the panelists, former Chancellor Dr. James Messer, reflected on his time as Chancellor, saying he wishes he would have taken it down much
Roll
earlier.
alpha, white to it.
Well, if it goes on anywhere publicly outside of a secured facility, inside of a building someplace, it's going to be the constant source of demonstrations and potential violence. So I think it cannot go back.
Victor.
UNC has until mid-November to make a decision.
Thank you.
Time now for a first look at our weather today.
Tess Mansuli is here to tell us all that we need to know.
Roll alpha, take it full.
It is currently 76 degrees outside and drizzling. Let's take a quick look to see what's
I don't
happening.
care about the lower.
So as you can see, there will be scattered thunderstorms throughout the rest of the day and into the week. How much rain you can expect?
Yeah, we're in
Also
beta.
during cold weather.
You're in now.
Whatever you're
Hold
at.
it.
8,
Hold it.
7, 6.
Dissolve the black.
5.
Roll it over. That's such a clean first block. Let's go! Okay, camera one.
Oh wait, hold on. This second break's on alpha. So can you grab me the alpha?
You can just, that's fine. You can let it go. No, just let it go to black for a second. Now cut to it. There you go. Good. Is the third one on beta?
The third one's on beta.
Okay, why don't you just change it? This is a minute break. Just change it.
The boy liked things to always be the same.
That first one was 15, which is why I was like,
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. We're back on now. Change the reopen. Remember to change the reopen.
I will. We don't have a reopen, remember?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
cut it, we cut it.
The boy was very sensitive
That is
to
a
lights
beautiful
and
block,
sounds.
guys. Let's keep it up.
So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in.
I like that this is
The boy didn't like looking
I know, it's
people in
so
the eye.
relaxing. That's
He
why
wasn't trying to be mean.
We need
It
another
just made
one.
him feel
We're
uncomfortable.
going to do two more breaks out there. So I'm here
Sometimes you
about.
flop his
They
eyes
are both
again
30
and again.
seconds.
That was a 9.5 minute.
One day I found out I had something called autism. My family
This
got
is
me
great,
up.
guys. That's the hard part.
Slowly, I found my voice and
Yeah,
learned
you
all
got
the
this.
ways I
You
could
did
live
the
in
hardest thing you ever done.
Early
It's the hardest thing he has ever done.
Yeah.
In here, it is. So go ahead and kill M2. So just cue background on your board, Cat. Just hit background on the keyword. There you go. And then once you take one, you'll ready to with M2.
Okay.
So you'll.
45.
Okay. Is this the last break?
No, I'm doing you one more.
After this, so once we take one, she'll start her push. You will ready to with M2.
Okay. And I can
Dissolve to it.
Dissolve to 2.
Or Meg, if you want to.
Adopted mentor
30.
2010
Is your CW bucket still on
As it
CC?
turns out, very similar
Go ahead and put it
No.
on.
personality. As
Can
cats
I
make
just
art.
do it too?
Because
It's on.
CG makes more
always
It's on.
feel the need to take pictures of
So what we're
them,
going
draw
to do is
pictures
you'll
of them.
cue
He
CG,
just
not
is
M2.
motivating
15.
That's the safest thing to do.
14.
When he's
13.
writing
Coming
this
back.
plan, a lot of people are
10.
That's how you want to start your push.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Start your push, Ryan.
1. Back.
Take one.
UNC welcomes 708
Ready,
transfer students
Cue
this
it.
fall.
Dissolve
That's
to
right.
it.
It's all thanks to a program called
Good. Ready,
C-Stuff. Even more will be able to call themselves Tar Heels in 2019. Reporter Emily Coker, she has the story.
Roll beta. Take it full.
Me and Sardinio always dream
Nice.
of
You got a
South
break.
We got a
Carolina.
little break.
But realities such as
How long is this
finances,
packet,
a
man?
large
Like,
campus,
it says
and
student
family
15 now,
responsibilities
but-
It says,
have
I'm
turned
sure,
me
but that's
able
what's
to
happening.
commit to UNC as a high school senior.
Standard out to
But
those.
I'll give
thanks to
you,
UNC
I'll give you
program
every
called
30 minutes,
C-Step,
30 second intervals.
That's fine.
students
We're
like
going to come out
Sardinio
to
are
two
able
from
to
here.
fulfill
Camera
their
3, ready
dreams
with the
of
one.
becoming
Good.
Tar Heels.
We'll have a both sides, alpha, beta.
2 minutes.
And we're going to go to camera 2 on Emily to tag. After camera 2, we're going to go to one shot. It was on alpha.
The Carolina Student Transfer
Emily will
Excellence
then
Program is one
read
that
off
allows
camera
students
2,
to apply to Carolina
and then
when in
whether
high
it's
school,
live.
but to first achieve their associate's degree at a partnering community college.
Which one?
During your
Each
2
person
years
5K?
at community college, students are
lead.
slowly integrated
You're
into
on 3 for the
UNC
lead.
with tours,
You're on 2
meetings
for the
with
tag.
counselors, and peer groups.
No. Madison is fine.
I mean,
That's
sounds
fine.
125.
That's fine. Emily, you will read on to camera 3 for
As
the
of the
lead.
end of
It
July,
should be right in
the
the
program
front.
has expanded to its
So just follow the
11th
prompter.
school,
Lead.
Southwestern Community College in Sylva, North Carolina.
And then you will tag it on camera 2. You'll get a one shot on camera 2. Then when you got it,
1 minute.
the make sense?
being able to bring in students from different parts of the city.
Camera 3 to lead,
And
camera 2 to
students
tab,
from,
camera 2 will adjust recording.
from Silva.
Each year, about 150 of UNC's 800 transfer students are C-STEP students. And as of 2018, the average C-STEP student GPA is a 3.0, and the graduation rate is at 81%.
You want to change this to...
Sardini believes that C-STEP gave her the Carolina journey that was just right for her, and encourages high school students who want to be targeted to heavily consider this program.
I would say if you're interested in the program, definitely do it because you have really nothing to lose and it's a great help along the way.
Camera teacher, let this...
Thanks to C-STEP, Ms. Sardini began her undergraduate career here and will be ending it here. And now many more students from Southwestern Community College get to do the same. Reporting from Chapel Hill, I'm Emily Coker, Carolina Week.
Take 2, 33.
Next fall, UNC will welcome 15 C-STEP students from Southwestern Community College.
Take 3. Ready, Alpha?
It's a charity event to honor the memory of Eve Carson, the UNC student body president murdered in 2008.
Alpha?
About 900 people ran in the 11th annual Eve Carson Memorial 5K on Saturday. Runners started at the campus Y and made their way around campus. Money raised from the event goes towards scholarships and literacy initiatives. Organizers say they're still taking donations, but so far they've raised around $45,000.
Roll beta, wipe to it.
And that's what the money goes towards, is because you really believed in the power of capital students, you believed in the power of Carolina, and that's why the scholarship was created.
Yes, thank you.
Donations can be made until October 14th on the Eve Carson 5K website.
Ready?
Another annual event drew crowds to Chapel Hill over the weekend. This one to celebrate
What's it on,
artists.
Meg?
Best of Fall marked its 45th year this past Saturday, and more than 100 artists featured their work. Many were up for sale. The event hosted live performances, games, and of course, lots of food. Organizers say the event they're there to present unique items that are never manufactured or mass-produced.
Well, we're going to 2 first, right?
Turning to weather now, Tess Mansuli is here to tell us what to expect this week.
Take this thing. Ready, 3. Take 3.
You can expect more rain in the forecast, so it's currently drizzling and 76 degrees outside, and you can expect scattered thunderstorms for the rest of the day and into the night. We'll have a brief period without rain this evening and late in the night before tomorrow morning when Hurricane Michael hits North Carolina and brings even more rain. So we have a tropical update for you. Everyone is talking about Hurricane Michael, which hit the Panhandle region of Florida earlier today. First, I want to touch on some other tropical developments. Her tropical storm Nadine developed Tuesday in the Atlantic, and Hurricane Leslie, Category 1 hurricane, sustaining winds of 75 miles per hour, is still just hanging out in the Atlantic. Has been there for about 2 weeks. So now let's focus on Michael. So Hurricane Michael is the most destructive storm to hit the Panhandle region of Florida. It hit earlier today, the eye just going over that area, and is heading towards the Carolinas. So Governor Roy Cooper has declared a state of emergency for North Carolina. We are expecting Hurricane Michael to make landfall in North Carolina around Thursday, late morning, early afternoon, and it's going to bring heavy rain to the area, which is the last thing North Carolina needs right now after Hurricane Florence. So we can expect 3 to 5 inches in the Triangle region. This is the rain forecast. And also, we're expecting 30 to 50 mile per hour winds across the state. The ground's already saturated from the heavy rain patterns we experienced before Hurricane Michael hitting us, and we'll expect rain to follow afterwards, which is going to lead to likely flash flooding. There's a flash flood advisory in effect until Friday morning, but good news, if there is any, is that Hurricane Michael is accelerating through the region, which won't lead it to leave rain over the area. So it'll clear up just in time for the state fair to kick off, which is tomorrow. So we're going to tell you our fair weather forecast and the best days to go. So with Hurricane Michael hitting the area tomorrow, would not suggest Thursday. It's going to be heavy thunderstorms. They may restrict rides with the wind, but there'll be an update later. We're waiting to hear when they update us. Every other day, the weather is looking great for the fair, so Basically, every day that is in white is a great day to go. The only other day I would say to avoid is Monday the 15th. There are scattered thunderstorms, but depending on if you want a cooler day, you can go on the 17th with more cloud coverage. Or maybe this weekend, temperatures will be in the 70s and it will actually start feeling like fall. Here's a look at the radar currently. As you can see, this is the rain we are currently getting, and will clear up early on Friday. It is starting to finally feel like fall, which is great. You can expect temperatures to start dropping, and the highs will be in like the mid 70s, and the lows will start dipping into the upper 40s. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you can expect sunshine. Sunday will be mostly sunny. Great time to go to the fair. On Monday, you can expect it partly cloudy, and Tuesday, sunny again. So after Hurricane Michael comes through the area, it'll be pretty much sunshine from there. That's all I have for weather this week.
Pick one.
Thanks so much, Tess. What started with roughly 20 friends as a place to share ideas is now a Facebook page with nearly 6,000 members. What happened? Trisha Bongadu has the story.
Take it full.
2 minutes.
Ready, one. Yeah, 2 minute break. 2 minute break.
It's a Facebook page for babes. In other words, it's an exclusive group for women, non-binary, non-cis men. Basically, no boys allowed. The page started by UNC students in July of 2017 has exploded in popularity. UNC transfer student Emma Hayes is an active member of the group.
Yeah, my question is
to Chapel Hill, so it's been a really great resource for me to.
That's what I'm talking about. So the stinger, no graphics. So we'll go to one with this. You'll cue where it is because you have CG. Yeah. You'll
The
cue
page is
CG.
used for just about everything. Babes can ask questions ranging from their sexual health to a pair of shoes.
The stinger.
Yes.
So out of this, you will take one. You'll cue background in 3. You'll ready alpha. She'll roll it. You'll take it, and then you will change it to basic.
Relationship is right.
Added member to the page, Treasure Williams explains why men aren't allowed in the group.
I think the general consensus is to provide a safe place for people who don't identify as men to talk about certain issues that affect
50 seconds.
women and non-binary people and transgender people.
I don't know how much back that.
I think it's just for allowing for a space for these conversations to happen.
UNC sophomore Claire Matthews used Facebook Play to find a place off campus and has been an active member ever since.
You don't really have anything to
Her laying on the couch to her getting busy.
There you go. That's great.
They could do something, or I don't know.
The page currently has 5,755 members. But with 37 subgroups like babes who cook or babes of color, you can find answers or advice from just about anyone. In Chapel Hill, I'm Trisha Bontu, Carolina Lee.
Take one. Cue it.
To join the Babes Who Late group, you'll have to answer 3 online questions. The moderators will review your answers and then decide if you're allowed in.
Roll coming up.
Coming up, it's basketball season already. A favorite Chapel Hill event is happening Friday night. That and more when Carolina Week returns.
Ready, alpha for the break? Roll to it.
It's me, Hardy.
Megan, on those breaks, let it go completely blank.
Let it go completely blank.
That's how you transition.
Transform your world.
Good job so far, guys.
Okay. So remember out there, we're going to change the mics pretty quick. We got to both sides in between. Camera 3 will truck from Timothy to the big board.
This will be a shorter break.
That's fine. However long it needs to be.
It'll be a minute.
Zoom out a little bit on 3. There you go. Get Timothy some minutes.
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes.
Alpha to 3, 3 to
With
beta.
more exercise,
Megan,
you
is that
change your
first thing
diet.
on beta?
Hold on.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry.
Yes, it's on beta.
Beta and then alpha, right? Then beta.
Who really likes that
Then a
exercise?
cold reader. And then we'll toss back the camera.
My reopens on alpha. My
So I'm asking about his stuff. It's beta, alpha, beta.
It's alpha. It's all on alpha.
Everything's on alpha?
Yeah.
Okay, keep rolling breaks. If you have to replicate, that's fine.
Connor is struggling in school.
You need to go.
lowest airfare to Istanbul.
I got 45 seconds to understand me.
Okay.
I do.
I mean, you can all put it on alpha. That's fine. That's fine. If it's all on
It's all on
alpha,
alpha.
that's fine. We'll keep it on alpha. If you can put the middle one On beta, it'd give you.
Hey, did you know that 2.1
You want to keep all
million
of them?
loving
That's
pets
fine.
and
Doesn't
dogs
bother
and
me.
shelters and
they're all
rescues
15-second
either
breaks,
out to
okay?
find a
I'm
home,
saying Timothy's
go to
sports
the shelter that
Okay,
has pets
I
and
know,
dogs,
I'm doing it.
search your local shelters
Okay,
and rescues.
all right.
Go for it.
One more after this?
Yeah, just 15 seconds. I'm listening to you.
Okay, it's gonna be, everything's on health.
15 seconds.
So sports reopen is on this.
Those that we carry with us
Music is built
everywhere will
in.
bring us wireless emergency alerts.
No, it's not.
With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know. wherever
Switch
you
music
are.
up, roll the reopen. Ready, 3. And take 3, mic up, head down.
Welcome to Carolina Week
Ready,
Sports.
Alpha?
I'm Timothy Jones. The UNC men's basketball team held its annual media day yesterday, signaling the quick approach of the season.
Roll Alpha.
Perhaps most exciting from the beginning of the season are
Ready, 3.
seniors Campbell Johnson, Luke May, and Kenny Williams. Shooting guard Kenny Williams will look to build on an impressive junior campaign with 72 three-pointers made on 40% shooting. Graduate transfer Cam Johnson will aim to pose a threat from the outside as well as in the paint to finish out his last year of eligibility. Rounding out the big 3 is 2018 All-ACC first team and most improved player Luke May, who wants to start the season right where he left off last year, averaging 16.9 points and 10.1 rebounds per game.
Take 3, ready,
With
Alpha.
basketball season coming up, it's already once again time for Late Night with Roy.
Roll Alpha.
This Friday, doors open in the Dean Smith Center at 4 o'clock.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Then Late Night with Roy kicks off at 7 p.m. featuring the Carolina women's and men's basketball teams performing dances and competing in skills challenges. Finishes with the blue-white scrimmage. Get their first look at the 2018-19 squads in action, along with their first look at star freshman Nazir Levin.
Men's soccer via.
Former Carolina athletes Antoine Jameson and Molly Sullivan are your hosts for the festivities. The event is free.
Take 3.
Now we head over to the soccer field. The Carolina men's team was scoreless for a while against the Old Dominion Monarchs on Tuesday.
Roll Alpha.
But in
Take
the
it.
42nd minute, Jelani Peters finds Mauricio Pineda, who scores a goal
You gotta come out to
and
3
gives
for
the
a
Heels a
cold reader.
1-0 lead. Pineda with his fourth
Here we go,
goal
one
of
after
the
that.
season. When the Monarchs
Megan, is
weren't
everything
done
else
as
right?
James Ellis
Pumpkins?
kicked
Yeah,
one in the back of
pumpkins
the
and
net,
beta,
tying the
alpha.
game and sending the Heels into not one, but 2 overtimes. The Heels unable to score on this attempt, and the game ends in a draw. The Heels now 9-1-1 on the season.
Take 3.
Don't forget,
Ready,
Target
1.
fans, the football team will be playing under the lights in Kenan Stadium Saturday night at 7 p.m. against Virginia Tech. Carolina has had a rough go of it on the gridiron so far, but the players want you out there to show your support. Madison.
Pick 1. Ready, beta.
Thanks so much, Timothy. One of fall's classic traditions is carving pumpkins, but this place does it
Roll
with a
beta.
twist.
Take it.
At Springhaven Farms in
Ready,
Chapel
Alpha.
Hill, you get to pick your
White
perfect
bread.
pumpkin while hanging out with baby goats. The farm also has tractor rides,
wanna go to
face
this
painting, and other fun farm animals like pigs, horses, and even chickens. The event is becoming a fall tradition for many
Roll
homes.
Alpha. Wipe 2.
The thing that makes the farm special as a whole is the atmosphere. It's definitely really relaxing. I can have a stressful day, and the minute I come to work, it's just fresh air and nice creatures, and then just happiness in general.
Take 1.
The Springhaven Farm
She's gonna
Pumpkin
stay
Patch
on
will
one
be
for
open
this.
the
We're
rest
gonna
of
go ahead
October
and
on
ready.
weekends from 2 to
Beta
6.
for the distinguished
And on
ladies.
this week's community calendar,
Ready, beta?
reporter Emily Coker has some events that might help you relax and have fun during the midterm season.
Roll beta. Take 4. Ready, 3. Take 3.
Thanks, Madison. We've got some great events for you guys to check out this weekend. First is the NC State Fair, which begins tomorrow. And oh my gosh, sorry. Here's the ways that you guys can save. Parking is free at PNC Arena and Carter Finley Stadium. Then the Disney Pass sales end tomorrow. So for $31, you can get admission into the fair and all the rides that you can possibly ride. And then this Friday only, you can get into the fair for $6 with your student ID. Next, we've got Diwali in Cary. The traditional Hindu Festival of Lights is happening this Saturday. You can expect Bollywood performers, food, and even a bazaar. It's at the Cocoa Booth Amphitheater in Raleigh, and basketball is free. Next, we have the Transient Emerging Artists Exhibition happening at the North Carolina Museum of Art.
Sorry, does all the credits
It's
dissolve black or just cut the
exhibit
credits?
focused on cultural
Dissolve the
identity
black.
and
Cut the credits or
the
dissolve
dynamics
the
of
credits?
cultural exchange.
Oh,
And
dissolve.
UNC professor Leanne Trong is being
Out of this, we're
featured.
going back to 2.
It's running all the way till December, and it is also free.
this is only a
Finally,
30-minute
goat
show.
yoga. What better way to de-stress during game season than with baby goats and yoga? At Huck's Family Farm, you can go any weekend from now until December 9th, and admission prices ranges from $15 to $25 depending on the class that you choose. That's what's going on outside of Carolina. Be sure to tune in next week to add to your community calendar. Back to you guys.
Thank you.
Well, there is so many fun things going on this month in October.
The goat yoga, that's what I'm most excited about.
I know, it's this weekend. That's going to do it for us this week on Carolina Week.
Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.
Then you can just take it, pull, and dissolve them.
They're mislabeled.
Dissolve the CG back over.
That's
Ready,
fun,
black.
guys. Who?
Hold
No, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's labeled as a video.
Dissolve the black, fade the audio down.